You unhappy with the response or lack thereof that you're receiving from your marketing? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to turn things around. Here's what we'll cover in this week's video: why you should shift your focus from outcome to output, what metrics are absolutely essential and that you should be monitoring, and you'll want to be sure to stay to the end because I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to increase your daily revenue. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Melinda Monet, spa revenue strategist and creator of the Spa Profit, and we talk all about how to make money, manage your money, and multiply it, exclusive for independent spa owners. So I recently discussed how important it is to love on your existing clients and why you might not need as many new clients as you think. And a question that came up is, Melinda, I am doing tons of marketing. I'm reaching out to my existing clients, but I get crickets. They're not responding. And so one thing that I can tell you is that this is extremely common. I know you might not want to hear that, but oftentimes when we're running marketing campaigns, we don't always get the outcome that we're seeking. Don't get me wrong, as an independent spa owner, I totally understand all of the hats that we wear, including being our own marketing team. And it's really disheartening when you put forth the effort, whether it's sending out an email or a text, and you're doing this in hopes of a certain response, and then you don't receive that. And what I find is that everything is focused on outcome, right? What are we expecting? When really what I'd like to invite you to do is think about whether or not you actually have a process. And let's just have a truth moment here. When you're running your promotional campaigns or marketing, how strategic are you about it? Is there a rhyme and a reason to it? Are you debriefing it and really looking at your data to determine how well it performed or didn't? Because sometimes our perspective versus what the reality is are not always in alignment. And so when you're seeking a certain outcome, please keep in mind that you cannot control how clients respond or your preferred partners. We can't control that. However, what you do have full control over is what it is that you do, right? How you show up and your process, because it's not good enough to have a good outcome and no process, because that's not repeatable. So you want to systematize it. And the best way to do that is first to document your process, see if it's something that's sustainable, and then ask yourself, how can you systematize it? But you have to nail it before you can scale it. So here's a common example, and ask yourself, are you guilty of this possibly? So you decide you're going to run a promotion, right? You're like, all right, I need a cash injection in my spa. Mother's Day is coming up. Here we go. You put something together, you post it on social media. You may or may not send an email, and then we wait. We wait. We just wait, hope, and wish and pray that, oh, they're going to respond. And sometimes what may happen is you get minimal response or no response, and then you start questioning what went wrong. Is it not a good promotion? Are people not getting my email, or so on and so forth? And you just ask yourself all these questions of what went wrong, and you might actually be turned off from marketing altogether. I'm not going to send an email. Who cares? No one's looking at it. But what you really should lean into, instead of focusing on no one responded, how did you show up? What time and effort and planning did you put into the promotion? Because I'll tell you, it takes far longer to plan out a proper and profitable promotional campaign than it does to run it, right? For however long you're going to have that promotion. So what you really want to do is focus again on the process. This is output. You can control all of this. You want to send more than one email. You want to have posts communicating over an extended period of time on your social media. And you also want to look at metrics. I had a client one time say, "Oh my God, I only had 10 people respond and purchase the promotion. It sucked." And that might not be the number that she wanted or was anticipating. But when we debriefed her marketing campaign and looked at her metrics, we realized she didn't just do good, she did great with that promotion. And the reason being is she only had 100 some odd people on her email list, right? And we looked at how many people opened through it and clicked through it and the follow up that she did. And based on her conversion rates, she killed it. Speaking of metrics, let's touch on this for a moment. So we know that you can't improve what you don't measure. And I understand that your perception is your reality, but let's really get granular and look at the different aspects to find what might be working, what may need some tweaking. And what I can tell you is the first time you run a promotional campaign, that ain't enough data. It's not enough data. You need to at least have a good solid 90 days where you can tweak it, see what worked, what didn't work. And the things you want to look at, particularly with like your email marketing, right? How many people do you have on your list? How many people opened it? How many people clicked on it? From there, how many people purchased? Did you utilize any SMS marketing? What was the frequency and point of contact? Did you leverage other people's audiences? I love me some good OPA. Yes, other people's audiences. Tap into your preferred partners. We get really focused on social media, which is all good and well. But for brick and mortars, let's be real, dominate your backyard before you try to dominate the gram. Okay. So that is the quickest, most efficient, and economical way to grow. And then let the numbers guide you. Let the numbers determine the areas of untapped opportunity. Let your numbers determine how well or poorly you may have performed. Because even if you feel that, "Oh, this didn't do well," right? It's not a failure. And I wouldn't even say it's a poorly constructed promotional campaign, because with the data, you totally have everything that you need to continue making improvements without just like throwing something out there. Girl, I hope this worked. I hope they respond. You can go off the data, remove yourself, remove your emotion from it, remove your expectation from it, and focus on that so that you can identify what action is necessary to get the desired result that you're seeking, and it's within your control. When it comes to your overall spa business, a few KPIs that are key profit drivers in one's business is your AOV, your average order value. And the reason why this one is critical, because when you're looking at how you're going to package, position, and price your promotion, you want to keep in mind, what is your AOV right now? Where does it need to be in terms of increase, so that you can look at the volume that's necessary to hit your revenue target that you're ultimately seeking. Another one that you want to look at is your CR, your client retention rate. Because let's say this promotion is designed for client acquisition, right? And of course, with each promotion, there's going to be some sort of cost attached to it, time and or money associated with running that promotion. And so you want to see how well is your conversion rate and your retention rate, because whatever you're paying to acquire a client is just as critical that their LTV, your client lifetime value, will help to offset it based on your client retention rate. And then in terms of your email marketing, you really just want to look at how many people do you have on there? What is the open rate? What is the click-through rate? What is the conversion, of people that are clicking through and purchasing? And don't allow every metric that I'm saying right now to overwhelm you, or, "Oh my God, I don't know," or, "My software doesn't do that." Look, pick a starting point, focus on that, because everything's not going to turn overnight, right? So just get in the habit of establishing a process, documenting that process, looking at some baseline metrics, and over time it'll improve. But really, the goal here is to have some form of strategy and rhyme and reason of how you're going about it. So, my recommendation to you, if you're not following any metrics, just simply put, monitor how often you're putting out the communications, what kind of interest you're getting from there, and how many of them are converting. That's simple enough to just do some simple math and gain those metrics and just go from there. So, a really good starting point is with your existing clients because you already have a relationship with them. Statistics show that they are going to spend 50% more than a new client, and they're already in your database. So you don't have to focus so much on the lead generation, the client acquisition, then the conversion. You don't have to convert them, they're already there. Okay. So that is a great starting point. So if you've yet to download and or utilize, because I know how it is, we'll download stuff and it'll get lost in our inbox. So if you've yet to utilize your Rapid Revenue Planner, this is really exactly what it's designed for, to maximize your existing clients who are already coming in. This is a way that you can increase your daily revenue, and really without all the mapping out and the planning and taking the 5, 6 weeks to craft a promotional campaign, because really it's designed for you to either at the end of your day, looking ahead for the following day, or at the top of the day, looking at what's on your appointment books, doing your roadmap to identify who's coming in, looking at order history, where do we want to expand their impact, or, and when I say impact, by the way, particularly those of you in corrective skincare or my aesthetic nurse practitioners, this is a good place to, what kind of conversations have you had, what other areas can you treat or focus on, and then craft your different revenue boosters for those specific people that are coming in. So go on and grab your Rapid Revenue Planner and or use your Rapid Revenue Planner. What are you waiting on? Go on and grab it. Go on and print it. Look at your appointment book tomorrow. There's nothing to lose, ladies. If anything, you're losing out on revenue. You're leaving money on the table by not using it. All right. So I truly created this with a lot of love, hoping that you can gain more abundance into your business, and not abundance necessarily just in terms of money and revenue, but abundance in how you show up for your clients, how you serve them, right? You want to serve at a higher level. You want to be an active participant in your business, get in that driver's seat. Don't be passive and just sit there and, hey, if she does it, she does. No, you are the licensed professional. You are the expert. Stand in that role, okay? And stand proudly in that role and allow this planner to guide you through that process. So go on and grab it and look at your appointment book for tomorrow, your next first working day, map it out. And I don't know, leave a comment. Let me know. As always, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention today, allowing me the opportunity to serve you. Melinda Monet here, signing off. Have an amazingly abundant week, and I'll see you next week in the next video.